guys, today we're doing the final round of the eyeshadow palette showdown, and I am sitting on the floor again, but I'm wearing a black shirt, so hopefully that will help with the lighting. At the end of last round, I had 23 palettes, but we need 24 to have an even number to rank. So I went through all of the loser palettes and I picked the one that I wanted to have some redemption, and that would have been Sugar Drizzle, Sugar Dreams. So now we have 24 palettes. We're going to get down to 12, then 6, then 3, and then I will pick one from that 3. So let's get into it. First pairing to be Cosmic Brushes Winter Wonderland versus the Natasha Denona Glam Face Light palette. I'm going to pick Cosmic Brushes. I think that this formula is just incredible and these shades are really fun and will add some nice variety to my collection. I definitely know I have other shades like this here, but this is tough because this is such a good formula. Next we have Inslee Rain Lands of Enchantment versus Adept House of Elle. I've mentioned now for the third time, I've never used this palette, but I do think I would like the shades in here more than the Adept, and of course there's more variety. Next we have Sigma New Mod versus It's Belle Pixie Grove. I love New Mod, but looking at some of these other pairings, I do have other cool tone palettes that are going to win that I like more than this one, so I will save this palette because these shades are just so special. This is a really tough one. Glaminatrix Nearly Natural versus Inslee Rain Cold Moon. I've not used the Inslee Rain one, but I love this color story. I mean, I think these are an amazing formula, but this color story just is so beautiful, and those shimmers look so special. I feel like I have to have these. Next pairing is Glaminatrix Rich Romantic versus ColourPop Liz McGuire What Dreams Are Made Of. Glaminatrix is going to win. I'm wearing this on my eyes today. I love this palette. It is beautiful. I love the peaches and the pinks the most. I did like the purple and green looks, but I really love half the palette. For this one, I'd say I really love almost all of the palette. There's just a couple shades in here I haven't worn yet. This next pairing is rather challenging. I have Glam Light Dirty Martini versus Sugar Drizzle Sugar Dreams, and I wanted to give it to this one because I love those top two shades so much, but there's more variety here with the greens. I love green eyeshadow. I'm gonna pick this one. I really thought I was gonna pick this. Oh, breaks my heart. Then we have the ColourPop Sweet Talk palette versus Too Faced Teddy Bear. ColourPop is the winner. You know I'm obsessed with these type of peachy shades, and this has been a favorite palette of mine for years. Next we have Unearthly Fall Magic versus Fantasy Cosmetica Bard. This is very tough because these colors here are a little bit more special and unique. I especially love this color, but this is a palette where I will use every single shade. They're super wearable, and this is something that I feel like is just quintessential fall for me, so this is going to be the winner. This might be the toughest one. So this is the What's Up Beauty Dragon Eye palette versus Give Me Glow Two Moods. Give Me Glow is going to win. I have just been so blown away by this formula. The colors are so beautiful. I love that you have, of course you can mix and match, but you've got like 4 quads. This is so hard because the mattes are great and the shimmers are so multi-dimensional. But I'm just going with my gut. My gut says Two Moods. I wish these two palettes were going against these two palettes because both of these would win over these, but alas, that is not the hand that I was dealt. So this is Huda Beauty Nude versus Natasha Denona My Dream. Both amazing palettes, but I've kept a lot of cool tone ones so far, so I am going to keep Natasha Denona My Dream. I really love the formula, and there are a lot of shades in here that I think are super special. This next pairing is rather challenging as well. Sigma Corday Rosa versus Kaleidos Lunar Lavender. There are so many shades in here I absolutely love. This has fewer colors. I was really impressed by these purples, but I kept Glaminatrix Rich Romantic that also has purple mattes, so I'm gonna pick this one. Oof. I wasn't sure what I was gonna do with that pairing, but I feel all right about that decision. And my last pairing would be Odin's Eye Red Dragon versus Odin's Eye Snow Dream. Red Dragon's gonna be the winner. I was more in love with the looks I create with this palette. So now we have a top 12. I'm going to randomize the pairings and be right back. So now we'll be taking it from 12 to 6. These pairings are just making me sad having to make these decisions. We have Glamlight Dirty Martini versus Odin's Eye Red Dragon. Red Dragon is going to be the winner. I just, again, really loved the looks I created with this one, and they're just standing out in my mind right now as opposed to this, even though I know I love the looks with this as well. Next, we have Natasha Denona My Dream versus Sigma Corday Rosa. I'm gonna pick the Sigma. I feel like for variety, I should be picking Natasha Denona, but I also know that this would get beat out by the others. So I'm going to say this one. I just really loved some of the shades a lot. This next one is sad. So we have got Fantasy Cosmetica Bard, and this is versus Inslee Rain Lands of Enchantment. The other two palettes I've kept so far are warm tone, which makes me feel like I should pick this one. But this is something I'm hoping is good. This is something that I know is good. So Fantasy Cosmetica is going to be the winner. Next pairing would be Cosmic Brushes Winter Wonderland versus Glaminatrix Rich Romantic. Rich Romantic is going to be the winner. The shades are a bit more wearable for me. I love these, but I don't wear blues a ton. So I'm keeping this. This round has really knocked out all the variety in my collection. And here I am about to do it again. We have Give Me Glow 2 Moods versus It's Belle Pixie Grove. I am picking 2 moods. Again, I loved every single shade in this palette. With this one, I loved almost all of them except this one. These are more like toppery shades for me, which I don't do a ton. Great quality though, but oof. Then we have Inslee Rain Cold Moon versus ColourPop Sweet Talk. I want to pick this one because of the potential for these amazing shades, but I know this one is hella amazing, so I am going to say yes to this. So we've finally knocked out those Inslee Rain palettes that I've not used yet. All right, so now we have the top 6 that will be going down to 3. Odin's Eye Red Dragon versus Fantasy Cosmetica Bard. The Bard is going to have to be the winner because, again, I love every shade in this palette. I am able to get 5 different looks at this because I always use a shimmer. And with this one, there are 4 different shimmers in here and some colors that I really don't wear very much. So it's gonna have to be this one. Next is a good pairing because they're similar shades. Sigma Corday Rosa versus ColourPop Sweet Talk. ColourPop's gonna be the winner. It's just my favorite palette ever, although I was tempted to pick Sigma because there's more shades, but I'm not. Even though this has got the glitters that I don't use, it's just, ugh, I can't. It's just an incredible palette. And then this was a super hard final pairing. Glaminatrix Rich Romantic versus Give Me Glow 2 Moods. I'm going to give it to Give Me Glow. Again, I just loved those looks so much. So then my top 3 palettes would be Give Me Glow 2 Moods, Fantasy Cosmetica Bard, and ColourPop Sweet Talk. This is so hard. I feel like I've got my top like peachy palette, warm tone palette, and cool tone palette, and I would love to just keep it at that 3, but I think if I had to pick one, just I feel like if there was a palette that describes me, it's ColourPop Sweet Talk. Out of all these amazing palettes, I picked ColourPop one. I know, but I feel like I just have so many fond memories and I just love it so much that I guess this one has to be the winner. I'm gonna tell you, I did not quite expect that when I initially thought about doing this video series, but I hope this was fun for you guys. It's just a fun experiment. If you were to ask me like my top 20 palettes in my collection, I don't necessarily think it would have been the top 20 that I ended up with here, but I would love to see if you guys would be interested in doing this video as well. Again, this was a inspiration from itsJustSteph. I'm thinking about doing this with blush and maybe lip products, but I would love to hear your thoughts if you'd even be interested in that. I know palettes is definitely the most interesting. But I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.